Welcome back, Bravehearts, to the New World Practitioner live Q&A, and I'm Dr. Darrell Wolfe. Now, first I'm going to tell you that I have something special tomorrow. I have Dr. Andrew Wakefield, and he's going to be talking about infertility, a diabolical agenda, and why the majority of females are going to be infertile within the next few years. You heard what I said. So that's tomorrow, November the 17th. We'll be here at 12 Central Time, and we'll be here with Dr. Andrew Wakefield. I mean, if you don't know of him, you should know of him. He was the main whistleblower on vaccines, okay? Not on the C vaccine, but on all vaccines. I mean, to the point they wanted to strip his license, put him in jail, strip him of all his money and everything, okay? But he has come back stronger, all right? So you don't want to miss this, because you're going to find out that infertility for you, for women, has been planned. It's all part of the planned schemic. And let me tell you something. Wake up. It's a brave new world out there. And we're all going to have to become our own new world practitioners, because that's exactly what it means. A new world practitioner is someone that stands in their own power, someone that fills up their own heart, someone that knows that self-care is the only health care. And the only way you're going to have self-care and make it permanent is if you have permanent self-love. That's right. So you'd have to let yourself off the hook, and you'd have to believe that the medical system is not healthcare. You'd have to believe that the natural health system is not healthcare either. That's right. That you'd have to believe that I'm not healthcare. You'd have to believe that all I am is a teacher and a trainer, and that I'm going to teach you how to look after your mind, your body, so that you can look after your life. Because guess what? If you think that you're going to get me or any other practitioner to keep you well, then guess what? You're terribly confused. But that's okay. So is the majority of the population. 92% has an autoimmune disease, which means attacking oneself. And you're doing that on a emotional basis all day long, and you don't even know it, because guess what? You think that you have emotional stability, and so does the other majority of the population. Yes or no? Yeah. You know what? Let me tell you something. You can see somebody suffering physically or emotionally today, and guess what? People just turn a blind eye, because guess what? They've been programmed to turn a blind eye because they wouldn't know what to do if it hit them. And the reality is either does a medical doctor. You heard what I said. A medical doctor is not a health doctor. And understand something. Just think how low vibrational we must be with the dysfunctional beliefs, the prominent and dominant ones that we have, that we actually think that medical care is called health care. Right. Seriously, what is wrong with us? Well, take a look. Lots of things are wrong with us. Even before COVID, there was lots wrong. And COVID is the wake-up call that you get to make a decision and wake up or not wake up and just break up. Yeah. So just know this, you've seen nothing yet. You have seen nothing yet. This will not be a Merry Christmas. This will be a Merry Scary Christmas. It'll start off merry, and then it's going to get scary, because they're going to come calling, and they're going to throw you off your guard. And you know what? And it's not about anything. It's about, guess what? We've always been ruled, schooled, and fooled, whether it's been about our food, our drinking water, or even the love that we give ourselves and our family, for God's sakes, okay? But what about our health care? Seriously, you actually thought medical care was health care? Boy, there's a diabolical plot, I'd say, wouldn't you? Let me bring you up to speed on a couple things. Anyways, we got our tent built. It's beautiful. It's air conditioned. We're going to have beautiful ivy plants in it, lights in it. It's just going to be absolutely gorgeous. So we had a hurricane. And there hasn't been a hurricane like that here in 125 years. And meanwhile, I moved here 4 weeks later, hurricane takes down our whole training center. Cool, I got this. We just rebuilt it anyways. That's what we did. We just think on our feet. And it doesn't matter what happens to us, it's what we do with it. Okay, if we hit a bump, we slow down and we find out about that bump. You know what, if there's a quick right-hand turn, we stay connected to our lion heart breathing and we do it. And that's what we're going to have to learn how to do, because that's what a New World practitioner does. And everybody in every family out there around the world needs one New World practitioner. Someone that's going to what? Stay connected to their breath. Someone that's going to know what to do, right? It's the craziest thing, you know. You actually believe that when a doctor tells you that you are in good shape for your age, you actually fall for it. Or wait a minute, so did he. You're not in good shape for your age, all right? You're not in good shape for your age. I could be in way better shape for my age, and I'm going to be. And I'm going to prove that to you. It's just, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. Moving the whole clinic down here, bringing 12 staff down here, getting registered in Mexico, doing everything, having the hurricane. You know that we've already taught 85 people how to become New World practitioners, and we've only been here for just over 2 months. Go figure that one out, will you? Okay, so we're about getting down to work. We've already built 2 gardens here. We've already got a volleyball court that's made out of beach sand. We built that. We're building our juice bar. Okay, and we're building something that's never been built before. We've got about 225 people here that are brave hearts, that are learning, okay, that they've never, ever, ever found their authentic self. So when they get down here, oh my God, it's so beautiful, it's so beautiful. And then guess what? Quite a few of them actually will get sick because guess what? And they don't know this, but they're not getting sick. Did you know that? They're not getting sick, they're getting well. Because they're getting themselves out of hell. You got to understand something. When you're stressed and you've got anxiety, okay, and you've got all this illusion of the end of the world coming and everything else, well, you know, the reality is these guys have been practicing this for 250 years, and now they call it the harvest. I wonder why they call it the harvest. So there's a clue. Let me try to figure that out. What does harvest mean? Well, let me tell you something right now. When you wear the mark of weakness, you will get harvested. And you want to know something? Everybody thinks that people like me with big mouths that stand and hold the Braveheart line, okay, and the Braveheart way are going to be in trouble. Well, they're not after the strong ones. They're after the weak ones, okay? They're after the ones that don't question anything. And of course, the ones that don't question authority, but there is only one authority, and that would be the creator of everything, our source, our God, and nobody is an authority over me. Nobody ever will be an authority over me. Now, do I have to play the game to a certain degree? Yes, I do, but I own this guy. I own my mind. It's not a landmine, okay? And I know how to stay in the present moment, and the majority of the population are in the present moment 2 to 5% of the day. That's why nobody's getting healed. And then the reality is that you're either going to the medical system, which was just taken straight out of Nazi Germany, or you're going to a natural health practitioner that was approved by the government, which means he was watered down, she was watered down, a little bit twisted too. Like even the naturopathic so-called doctors today that are approved by the government, they're not naturopathic at all anymore. So, and a lot of people are going to go, oh, who does he think he is? Well, I'm the guy that gives the money-back guarantee on my courses, trainings, but mainly on my treatments, because people aren't getting treated properly. And you get treated long enough, and you're going to get mistreated because you need to be trained. If you're not trained on how to look after that beautiful body of yours, you are going to get mistreated. And that's the bottom line. So I will take questions here today. I'll take a look if you're on Facebook or if you want to come on Zoom. Do they have the Zoom link if they want to come on Zoom?
Yes. It's
okay.
In the comments and the description.
Okay, all right. So if they want to come on Zoom. But let's talk about a few things. So anyways, the world's crazy, right? So I've got one more container to come to Mexico. And guess what? So now in BC, some of the biggest floods they've ever seen. So the Coquihalla Highway's washed out. The other highways are washed out. So if maybe there's a miracle happen, they'll be able to go to Kelowna and pick up my other container to bring it down to Vancouver. So, you know, miracles do happen. But I'll tell you, I have never seen, let me tell you something. When you've got the so-called elite, I don't even want to call them that. We've got to get a new name, guys, for them, okay? But they own everything, okay? They own the couriers, the major couriers. They own the main shipping stations in the world. They own the ships. They own the containers. They own all the corporations. So this is why everything can be so whacked out. But then they've always had control of us, didn't they? You know, I'm going to tell you something. You see I have a little bit of a head cold? Well, you would too. I've been working about, I don't know, without exaggerating, what do you think, 90 hours a week maybe? But I'm going to slow it down. I don't look so bad for that, do I? You know, people say, Dr. Wolf, you got to look after yourself. Don't work so hard. Well, this is my passion and my purpose, and I drink right, think right, and I eat right. And the reality is you could work 4 hours a day, and if you don't think right, eat right, and drink right, you're already a walking, talking useless eater like they call us, okay? So the reality is this, I know right now that the majority of the population doesn't buy into what I say. That's okay. And maybe they will someday. I know that the majority of the population would never probably want to come and take my course, but the reality is my course will put you on course. My course is the most in-depth training in emotional intelligence, I believe, on the planet. Okay, it's a 9-day training. And a lot of people don't understand that when they come, they're not coming to Inky Dinky Schnitzel House, right? That when they come, they think, oh, I'm going to get certified so that I can do emotional training and make money. I'm going to get certified so that I can do perfect day consultations and make money. Well, that's true. But the reality is when you get there, you get a heck of a wake-up call that what you thought was health was never health. And what you thought was emotional health or physical health was not health. And the reality is real health is not A, B, C, D, E vitamins. So you got to get that. And the reality is that any health program that's been approved by the government or in some kind of college or institute is not a health program. And you got to get that. People are not stupid. They have stupid ideas. People are not sick. They have sick ideas. And when people do get sick, they're actually not getting sick. They're actually getting well. So the reality is this, the more you poison yourself on an emotional and physical level, the more you're going to be laid out in bed, the more swelling you're going to have, the more redness you're going to have, the more pain you're going to have, and the longer you're going to be put down because your body's going, you are killing us, I hope you know. You are killing 85 trillion cells, and you're actually killing 10 times that of good bacteria. So the reality is that the more you poison yourself on an emotional and physical level, the more toxins you're going to create, invisibly and physically, and you're going to have to what? Get rid of them. Oh, wait a minute, that's what they call those viruses. Yeah, we call that dead toxic contamination a virus. Isn't that something? So it's actually dead. The next thing is we actually have something to take care of that. And what's that called? Well, a brain, if it was our brain, and if we actually had prominent dominant beliefs that were based on natural healing, okay, like whole plant-based foods, like structured water, like proper detoxification. And you know what? What if you actually could do what we would call the perfect day on an emotional and physical level? What if you could perfect the perfect day? And it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, if 85% of your day was based on self-love and self-care, and the other 15% was based on unconscious, not really treating yourself well, you'd still be over the moon healthy. So what if you could pull that off? And then what if you could create that program, and then you repeated it enough that it became a program that you could do on a subconscious level, which we know that 97% of your day is spent in the subconscious unless you practiced it like me. I've practiced for over a quarter century to always be present. And if you're always present, then you get things done. If you're always present, that's where you create things. If you're not in the present moment, that's the only power you can own. Really true creating. That's the only time you can do it. You can't do it in the future. You can't do it in the past because you can't live in the future and you can't live in the past. You can't live in two time zones at once. So the reality is if I buy into, excuse my expression, please, and I'm not trying to be like this, but if I were to buy into all the bullshit that the majority of the population buys into, I would never be able to give a money-back guarantee to my patients when they come with the treatments we do, the consultations that we do. I would never have the powerful trainings that I have that practitioners can sink their teeth into and not just come here and say, oh, I was certified. Because now they'd be certifiably sane, certifiably knowing what true health is, not this make-believe health that you can get in a lot of nutritional programs. And that's the deal. And you know what? I talk a big story, but I really don't know how much more time is left and how much more time should we waste, okay, in skirting around, okay, and pretending and just getting everybody's approval, taking things personal. I don't take things personal, and I don't need anybody's approval to want to do it right, okay? and want to hold the line for myself and everybody else that I truly love, which is the whole world. You know, because you've got to learn to have unconditional love on this planet, because that's the only way that you're ever going to be able to stay in the present moment. As long as you judge people, you're going to be sick, you're going to be in every other time zone except for the now. And the now is where the power is, because now backwards is one. And everybody wants to win.
Looks like Paula has a question.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Paula. Nope.
Hi.
Hi. Go ahead, speak, please, love. Sean?
Yeah, go ahead, Paula.
All right, well, we'll leave that until she finds her mic, okay?
Must have dropped it.
And you know what? It happens, trust me. You know what? IT stuff is, you know, when it works, and when it doesn't work. It's not about you and you. And that's the thing, too. Never get frustrated with it. You know, there'll be times when we're ready to go on a show, and what happens, Sean?
I get frustrated. I mean, something goes wrong.
Yeah, and then what do I tell you, Sean?
Don't get frustrated.
I tell Sean to just chillax. Don't worry. People understand. This is life. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. A lot of people said, how do you do what you do? How do you get so much done? Well, because I don't take any time reacting to it. I take personal action, massive personal action, if I can, and if I can't, then it's none of my business. I'm not going to do it, right? So let's get some facts straight here. So those of you that are coming down for courses, okay, or coming down early, let me give you some real truth. This is the truth today, okay? And that is that you can fly Aeromexico, okay, from Canada. We'll talk about Canada first. You can fly Aeromexico from Canada, and all you have to do is get a saliva test. It doesn't mean a PCR test. Up the nose. You can get a saliva test if you can in Canada. And you can fly Aeromexico even after November the 28th to come down here to our courses or trainings or come for treatment or just a holiday. Excuse me. Okay? Now, going home, all you need is a spit test, a saliva test, and that's what we do. No up the nose, okay? And that's all you need to go back to Canada. So, you know, Justin Trudeau is a little liar, pants on fire.
Is that the same as a PCR test?
No, but they're still good. They're still good.
Still bad? Or is it
No, you can still do it.
Right.
It's how you want to do it. It's the same thing. You just don't have to have it up the nose. Everybody says PCR because they want everybody. Because look, let me put it to you this way: the majority of the people that are working in the medical system, they're cow-tied. You know, they say, "Oh, I'm just doing my job." Okay, so that's all that is. But the reality is you don't have to get a PCR test. You can get a spit test, and it's just as good. It's just they want to shove everything up your nose because, you know, life is about pain and suffering, right? Okay, for the majority of the population, like maybe about, what, 7 billion people? And then the other 50,000 that we call the psycho-elite, you know, they get to make all the stories for us that we buy without, and we just eat this stuff. Anyway, so you can go down, you can fly down to on Aeromexico back and forth. Now, if you go on WestJet, let's say you booked with Aeromexico, but WestJet is also a partner of Aeromexico. If you went on WestJet, but you booked through Aeromexico, don't worry, they can't make you have the double vaccine. But if you booked on WestJet or Air Canada, you gotta have a double vaccine coming down, okay? All right? And then on the way back, you gotta have a double vaccine. And then they're saying, and then I called already before and they said, well, maybe not. Maybe on the way back, you just have to have the saliva test, okay? All right, so, you know, I would just go Aeromexico, and that's how I would get down here. Let me see if there's anything else I can say. Oh yeah, those of you that are coming, if you don't mention how long you're gonna stay in and then look at your card, okay, I believe that Biden and Trudeau are supposed to be meeting with the president of Mexico today. Isn't that sweet? Yeah, and you know what they want, right? So anyways, and if you don't mention that you're coming down for 6 months, then they're only going to give you 38 days. But don't worry, if they gave you 38 days, we know what to do to help you out, okay? And just so you know, I'd like to tell the truth, everyone. I was with someone today that's really in the know down here, and so his friend was down here, and he stayed 2 years longer than he should have. you know what I mean. His days ran out, but guess what? They gave him 3,000 pesos fine. What is that, $150?
500 pesos is 35 Canadian. So that's
So 35,
70 times
35, so $180, $190. So $190 fine, and then guess what? And then they said, but if you want, you can get your permanent. So then he went and got his permanent. So tonight, anybody who's watching the show right now, we have a lawyer coming in that's gonna be working just for us in Ixtapa, everybody that's here, okay? She's a beautiful lady, speaks English, speaks Spanish, and she's a little pit bull. Oh, I love that little pit bull. So anyways, we got her, and then tonight, she's gonna be speaking first at 7 o'clock. And then about 7:30, we're gonna have two people take over, and we're gonna talk about what a sovereign human being is. Okay, so we've got enough room for about 100, 150 people. So if you're in Zihuatanejo or you're in Ixtapa or you're catching your plane, get on down here and meet us in the tent, okay? And we'll be talking about that tonight. Oh, and by the way, for those of you who are in Ixtapa, volleyball will be happening at 5 o'clock. And tomorrow morning, at 7 a.m. Before the Wolf non-surgical course kicks off at 8 a.m., I'll be doing a 1-hour lecture, and it's not really a lecture, it's a talk, it's a get-together, it's a Braveheart Nation thing where we get together and we talk about the things that matter. And what would that be? Us. We matter. Because you are your own little universe, and you know what? I'm gonna respect that. And that's the big thing too, you gotta get this, everyone. People aren't their beliefs. They really aren't. So cut them some slack, okay? Try to love your sisters and brothers with unconditional love. Doesn't mean you have to live with them. Doesn't mean you have to invite them to your house. Everybody's got different beliefs. But the reality is they want us to go to war with each other. How's that working? The vaccinated and the unvaccinated. This religion, that religion, whatever you want to. You know, this color, that stat, this stat. It really doesn't matter, any of this stuff. The reality is this. Are you willing to really take a look at your life and ask yourself, okay, if I was in charge of my life and I was the only authority of my life, what would it look like and what would I be doing right now, okay? Excuse me. So, do I have any questions? Let me see here. Let's start right here, Amanda, and then we'll go to the top and we'll work our way down. This is Facebook. Please, guys, I know you're out there. I know you're live, so, you know, kick some questions. Don't be afraid to challenge me, okay? Because a lot of things I say are not what you usually hear, so I don't mind being challenged on anything that I say, and I mean that. So just come on and get me,
So
okay?
top of the quest, there's two here, one here, and they're both C60.
How much of C60 can I take daily? Well, I take, when in a situation like now, you feel that little cough on my chest, okay, because I was pushing it too hard for the last 2 months. I do 1 teaspoon 4 times a day of the C60, and but what I do is I do 2 teaspoons of the MCT C60 first thing, so I'll do it in the morning, then I'll do 4 hours later another, and then I'll do 2 teaspoons of the hemp oil C60 later on the day because of the endocannabinoids in it, okay? So I like to do both. And when you put it in your mouth, hold it under your tongue till it becomes water. And let's say if you have it for your children, then let's say if your child was 50 pounds, they could do it like even up to 4 times a day if your child really needed a lot of support. And you would just do 1/3 of a teaspoon, okay? And that's the best way that you should be doing it. And just so you know, everyone, C60 is the highest vibrational molecule on planet Earth. It's the Fibonacci, it's the buckyball, it's the actual invisible mathematical code that has created everything and even the universe. Yeah, and it is what a self-generating electrical generator. That's what it is. And so that's why when you take C60, it'll go into the body and heal wherever. And also, talking about C60, I don't know yet, I'm trying to find out, but France was trying to make C60 illegal, carbon 60, because it dismantles the vaccine and it brings down the symptoms, the negative symptoms of the so-called C vaccine. So how's that one for you, right? So they weren't trying to make it illegal. And I'm telling you, we can't even keep it on the shelf. And if you go to store.docofdetox.com and you'll find when you talk to when you listen to the interview that I was doing with Richard, he makes our C60, that there's 2 audios there. And listen to both of them, and you're going to find out something. Okay, so what is one of the main products that the so-called elite buy? C60. Upper military, C60. Pentagon, C60. Don't believe me, but that's what's going on. And the reality is our C60 is authentic Russian C60, where 95% of all C60 came out of China. I hope you know that. And it's not authentic. It was made in Texas. If you do your homework, I'm not going to say the company, and it's not made properly. So just so you know, real C60, you'll notice the difference. Your eyesight will improve. Your brain will come back. Okay, nervous system disorders. You'll see different changes in your body all around the board. So that's really important. C60's phenomenal. Okay, it takes a lot of work to make it, and most people are not making it right. And I kid you not when I say 95 to 98% of all C60 is not made right. When we did it, and we brought this information out about 2 months ago, 95% of the C60 that was sold on Amazon vanished because it wasn't real C60. Okay, Amanda Wooten.
Oh, hang on. We do have a Taylor would like to ask a question.
Sure. Oh, and just by the way, everyone, the course for January is filling up really fast. And just so you know this, so we know that we can get unvaccinated and vaccinated people here. And just know that if you're having symptoms from the vaccination, you can call me, my phone number, 855-900-4544, extension 5, and I'll tell you what we can do. We can do a lot. And if you're calling from overseas, my number's 250, can you please put that up for me? 250-801-5893. And you can call me on WhatsApp, FaceTime, Telegram. I promise I'll get back to you. I just caught up with all my calls yesterday.
250, say it again.
250.
Yeah.
You can see how much Sean likes talking to me. 250-801-5893. Okay, so that's how you can call me on FaceTime, WhatsApp, Telegram. Yeah, and my Skype is doc, D-O-C period, O-F period, detox, if you want to do that. Just know that we're here to help you, and it doesn't have to be about our products, doesn't have to be about anything. But the reality is this, I guarantee you, you might think that you know about health, but I've got a wealth of health. I really do. You know, I've searched the world over, and you know, I know some of the most powerful people in health, okay? A lot smarter people than me, I'll tell you. And you know what? They share their information, and that's why I've been able to really come together. I mean, take a look at our services. Look at Cellsonic, what it can do. Yeah, I hope you're getting ready to blow your mind. We also have a device that will reverse cardiovascular disease better than anything else. The Cellsonic, well, I don't even want to say what it can do because people aren't going to believe it. But you know that C thing, cancer thing? Yeah. Growing bones back together, growing the spinal column back together. It is magical. It's a 2,500 volt device. It's 140 pounds, but it puts in a beautiful love frequency right down into the mitochondria and DNA, and they tell it, because everything's frequency, right? It tells the mitochondria, the DNA and the RNA that they're not damaged, they're not sick. Because everything is about electrical. Think about it. How much energy do you have when you're feeling great? Lots, right? How much energy do you have when you're sick? Well, that energy is going to try to get you well, because we actually don't get sick. When we get sick, it's our body trying to heal ourselves because we're out of alignment and we don't know that we're punishing ourselves on an emotional and physical level. Anyways, what do you got for me, Sean?
Let's see, what about after November 30th?
How can we get there? Well, I just mentioned that. So let me just tell you again, that after November 28th, if you fly Aeromexico, you can just get a PCR test or a spit test or a saliva test in Canada to come down here. And you can also, we'll give you just a saliva test and you can go home with it. All right? So that's on Aeromexico. And even if you went Aeromexico and they bump you to WestJet, they can't do that to you either. They got to go by Aeromexico's rules. But if you went with WestJet or you went with Air Canada, they're going to say double vaccination on the way down and double vaccination on the way up, because guess who's getting money from Trudeau? Well, you could take a guess, couldn't you? I'm sure you got this one. I know you got this one. It's not hard. So that is the truth as far as I know, and that could change, right? But the reality is this, They're not after the strong people. They're after the weak people. Like you don't know that they don't want to turn us on into robots. Like you don't know that they want every woman infertile because they want to bring down the population. I mean, they wrote a book on it that they want to have 3/4 of the population gone, okay? They've already blocked off 1/3 of the world, because they said that it's got to stay pristine, because as soon as they finish this in 2025, this COVID ordeal, they're jumping right into climate change, which is another fake situation that everybody's just all up in arms about, but whatever. The world will do what it needs to do, and the world's always been insane, and the world's going to stay insane, but I am not going to be insane. I'm going to play volleyball tonight. I'm going to go to the meeting. Every day is a beautiful day. Every day is a beautiful day for me. If I'm not doing this stuff, I go to the beach, right? I go for a walk on the beach. I'll tell you right now, I went to the bank to open up a bank account. So I looked in at the bank, and there's the assistant manager there sitting in her office without a mask on. So I go in, and I'm not going to wear a mask. So I'm sitting there, and this lady goes, and she's an American lady, I can tell. And she says to me, she goes, "Oh my God, you're so inconsiderate. They let you come into their country. This is their country." And I said, "Listen, this is my world. Now take a look at the assistant manager. She doesn't have a mask on. Are you done yet? If you're having a bad day, I get it, but see if you can be nice, okay? And just try to see if you can just have some love in your heart, okay? You want to wear it, you wear it. You're protected." So the reality is this: I'm never going to be nasty, but don't think I'm going to change, okay? Don't think I'm going to conform. Don't think I'm going to go with the herd, because guess what? Look what the herd does. The herd goes to the hospital all the time. And you know what? Do you know what a surgeon is? Okay, a high-paid butcher. Okay. Now I know that my daughter wouldn't have been alive today if there wasn't for surgery. But guess what? Surgery is only needed when there's an emergency. My God, they're making all the emergencies. You look at even people on here that say that they've read every health book. They don't know how to look after themselves, because until you master your mind, you can't master your body. And we know that we are electromagnetic, light energy, frequency people. That's what we are. I mean, we're nothing else. I mean, this is just a rental, okay? My spirit is inside me. It's all around me. That's what it really is, okay? I'll tell you one thing. I'm never going to give up my honor. I'm going to totally honor, respect, protect, and love myself before anyone else or anything else. So help me God, every bloody minute of the day. And I'm not going to drama trauma, okay? All right, when the hurricane came, tore down our tent, and it was the first hurricane here in Ixtapa in 125 years. Go figure. How magical is that? Okay? What did we do? Next morning we got up, we got all our stuff together. I wasn't here, and I told my team, go rent the hotel at Cala Del Mar. We have the course the next morning, and they said, yes, we got this. Because guess what? I teach everybody that you're a brave heart, and you'll always have this. You can either panic like everyone, have anxiety like everyone, and then have regrets. Okay, so we don't judge in this place, we observe, and then we move forward. And that's what we're going to do, and that's why we're going to have the best day of our life no matter what's going on with the world, because we're going to mind our own business. And our business is our happiness. Our business is our joy. And if you want to buy into their BS, dysfunctional belief systems, and you want to go and just spend your energy and make yourself sick, then guess what? You played right into their hands, because they even told you, we're going to make you sick. And you're going to knock yourself off, okay? I mean, come on. Honestly, I call it a New World Practitioner for a reason. Okay?
I got a question.
I got something I want to say.
Okay.
Tell me another course, anywhere, where the actual teacher, being myself, if any of my practitioners, even if it's the first time they took our training, and they did a consultation or they did a treatment, and they said, look it, Jennifer wanted her money back. I'm going to pay my practitioner to give that to Jennifer, and then I'm going to sit down with my practitioner and we're going to work on this together. And they're not going to be perfect, but I'll tell you one thing. They're going to be a lot better than what's out there. And I'll tell you this, I hardly ever do it. I mean, Sean, when's the last time that you heard me giving money to a practitioner? It's been over a year.
Oh, like the money back thing?
Yeah.
I never heard of it.
Never, yeah, it's been over a year. We had to do it for this one lady that came in and said, hey, if I don't like it, do I get my money back? Well, there's a setup. So the reality is it's not hard to actually be amazing, okay? You just got to find logic, fill up your heart with love, okay? And don't judge anymore, okay? And just be logical about things. But here's the deal. Did you ever notice that most trainings don't give you all of the information? Did you ever notice they're not all that empowering? Did you ever notice that practitioners will treat but they won't train? They don't want to give away their information? We should be looking to make everybody that walks into our clinic or into our school into a doctor, because doctor means teacher. And surgeon doesn't mean teacher, and physician doesn't mean teacher. So everybody has the potential to be their own doctor, their family's doctor. I am my family's doctor. I am my own doctor. I have not went to a doctor since I was in my early 20s, and that was to remove a mole off my back. Thank you very much. It's time to wake up. Do we have questions?
Yes, we do. Connie Blaze right here.
Okay, Connie, are you set up yet for thermography and cell sonic? Yes, we are. I finally have my passport and getting my consult on the 1st of December. I'm not certain when to book a flight and reservations to have these therapies. Well, if you're getting your on the 1st of December, just come right after that if you want, but just understand something. If you start living the perfect day now, when you get here, the thermography is not going to be as bad. The cell sonic is going to even work better. But here's the deal, just so people, if you don't know, our thermography device is the most sensitive, professional thermography device in the world. It's more powerful than any x-ray. It can actually tell you that with what you're doing now, if you keep on that course and you keep thinking, drinking, and living like you do, it'll tell you within 8 years if you're going to have cancer cells. And understand something, it'll tell you where the cancer cells are and where the inflammation is in the body better than anything else. And you get a 6-page report on that as well. We can actually show that after we do the non-surgical, which is our bodywork technique, and do a thermography before and one after, we can actually show that our non-surgical is mind-blowing. We can actually show you on the cell sonic, okay, that a person who comes in with cancer can do one treatment, okay, can show the cancer gone. Now, am I saying that cell sonic cures cancer? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm saying that the cell sonic brings in an electrical current, vibration, frequency that realigns the cell and says, hey, you're healthy. And it triggers it to go right back where it needed to go. Because everything is vibration, so everything you eat and you drink, it doesn't matter, it all leaves the body. Did you know that? That everything you ever ate and drank left the body? Well, there's a waste of money. Because the only thing that stays behind is the light and the frequency. Well, there's the sun, thank God. I'm down here. It's sunny every day, isn't it, Sean?
That's right.
In our rainy season, which would be like winter somewhere else, it'll rain at nighttime for maybe an hour, 2 hours, okay? The odd time during the day, but that's it. I mean, this is what life's all about. Okay.
I haven't even seen any of the airplane streaks in this.
There is no chemtrails down here. Isn't that a mind blower? Yeah, you know why? Because they're going after the so-called educated, okay, affluent countries, right? So anyways, everything that you eat and drink leaves the body. So you might want to think about who your therapist is. You might want to think about who you're hanging out with. You might want to think about the way you talk, what you focus on and listen to. Because everything is a vibration that gives you a key vibration, whether you're healing yourself or destroying yourself. So I hope you get this. Even all the supplementation that we have, I don't buy a supplement because it has a whole bunch of stuff in it. I buy energy medicine nutraceuticals because the vibration is what heals. So where was it grown? How was it grown? How was it processed? And that's really what it's about. I mean, I have the only iodine in the world that's non-toxic, and it's the smallest molecular size, has the most electrical power. So there you go. My humic fulvic, we're the only plant in the world with our humic fulvic that actually we can take heavy metals out. And we are the only one that's been sanctioned by the government as a pharmaceutical humic fulvic plant. Okay, we have the only filtration that doesn't use chemicals on our humic fulvic. Okay. So everything is about vibration, okay? So you look at my essential oils, you look at this structure unit that you can put in under any tap around the world, as long as the water's not yellow or brown. I'll give you a 90-day money-back guarantee. It'll blow your mind, never wear out. But it's hard for people to really get that wrapped around their head because, you know, they don't look at themselves as a light energy, electrical, magnetic being. And because we're magnetic, whatever we put out comes back to us. So what are you putting out? What kind of vibration are you giving off? And how do you react to the way things are going today? Well, I don't really care. I care about me first and foremost, and then I will shine that light on all my brothers and sisters and tell them that, guess what, let's just mind our own business, have a beautiful day, and the rest of the world can go batshit, you know what, crazy.
Okay, I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this is to answer Dale's question, but I have a question of my own. I'm looking at the aviator-style Tesla Hyperlight glasses.
You mean these? Well, they're not aviator.
Aviator
I like
ones.
mine better, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will I look as cool as Val Kilmer in Top Gun when I wear them?
Are you serious?
And the second question,
This is not real. Somebody's asking this?
when are they going to be on sale?
Oh my God. Okay, so I love wacky people because I am wacky. That's quite obvious. But the reality is this, 1 minute to Friday night, and it's our biggest sale of the year. There you go. And there it is. We have our biggest sale of the year. It's Black Friday sale. And it starts 1 week before Black Friday. And it starts, and we have everything on sale. So there you go. And whether I was supposed to say it or not, I did. Okay, there it is. So that, and yeah, I'd say stock up if I were you. I'd be stocking up on the Infinite Iodine, the C60, the Curcumin Cayenne 5000. And if you're doing Merigen, I'd stock up on that. We can't give you money off on the ionic calcium products, but we will give you a credit, an in-store credit, which will stop them from taking away our world, what do you call it? Well, we're allowed to sell to the world, but we don't want to upset them either. And then I would also make sure you try out our Black Diamond, okay? Or anything you like. But the reality is that, you know, here's the biggest problem that people have when it comes to health. They actually compare their health to other people. So that's such a big mistake. I got to tell you something. So I'm 65 and a half, let's say. And as you can tell, I do have a little bit of a head cold. But nobody could have followed me around and did what I did. What do you think, Sean?
Impossible.
Impossible. And you know why? Because I'm a light energy, electrical, magnetic being, and I do eat right, think right, live right, but I've asked the most impossible things from my body in the last 3 months. Eh, Sean?
I'd say.
Yeah, and you know what? And all I got to do is make sure I love it. I just got to make sure I love it, and it doesn't think that I don't love it. As long as you're loving it, you know, because you've got 85 trillion cells. And then you got 10 times more of that being bacteria, because we're really globs of bacteria. Meanwhile, we're trying to wash all the bacteria off. I mean, geez, I'll lick my hands before I'll use that bacterial soap. There you go. See, the reality is we'll let our kids play in the mud. We'll let our babies lick things. And you know why? Because why would we stop them? That's how you get your immune system. You know, but no, now we got to sanitize everything. I mean, you couldn't put a squirt of that stuff on my hand. I wouldn't come in your store. You couldn't force it on me. I never will take it, never will do it. You know what? Why do you do it? Why do you come in and let somebody go and squirt that stuff on your hands and then do this? What the heck? You know what? We are so morons. You know, somebody told me that the Walking Dead series is the most popular series on TV right now, and I said, yeah, I know why. Yeah, I got it. I know why. And I'm trying to be nice here, guys. I'm just trying to tell you that, you know what? You're allowed to love yourself, care for yourself. You're allowed to tell yourself that you're beautiful. 3, 2, 1. I got this. 3, 2, 1. I love myself. 3, 2, 1. There's a new sheriff in town. 3, 2, 1. I want better. You're allowed. Okay. All right. So we have any questions?
Yes, Joy Senior from YouTube up here on the screen.
My birthday's in August, so maybe it's not really half. So yeah, my birthday's in August, but I don't really want to say when in August, because then I would never be able to answer everybody back that are so beautiful that want to say happy birthday. Can I take curcumin daily, or should I go off it for a while before restarting? You know what? That's a really good question. And I'll tell you something right now. I'm taking a curcumin cayenne one every hour. I tell people, if you have a chronic condition, take one every hour. And don't try to take 3 or 4 at a time. Take one every hour. Have it constantly coming in. But here's the big deal. Make sure that you're drinking hot water when you're doing that. If you can't take one every hour, take one every 2 hours. And if you start to feel like heartburn or there's like an acid situation going on, just get yourself a teaspoon of baking soda, Arm & Hammer. It doesn't matter. It does, and they say that it's toxic, but it's not. Okay, it's not toxic. And then put it into a glass of warm water, drink it, and it'll buffer the acid down, and it'll alkaline the body, and it's really, you could do like a teaspoon of Arm & Hammer baking soda twice a day for the rest of your life, and it would only benefit. A lot of people won't like the taste, but I'm telling you, it would benefit. Don't let yourself have heartburn. You'll get cancer of your trachea. You'll get acidity going right into your lungs. Oh my God, you won't even be able to breathe, and you'll damage your heart. So don't let that happen. And heartburn's usually caused because of anxiety. You don't combine your food properly, eat too fast at meals, you're Miss Anxious or Mr. Anxious, okay? What else we got?
Joy Senior right here.
Will you be doing a course in UK or Europe? Joy, well, I don't know. What do you think, Joy? Do you think I should go there right now? I'll tell you, that's kind of rolling the dice, especially when there's a lockdown coming. They're going to lock down everything as hard as they can. Okay, it's not even about the money, because there's no such thing when it comes to money for the elite. It's only for the other 7 billion people. We have the illusion that money's real, right? Well, I know you got to work for it, but the problem is they teach us poverty consciousness. That's why the only reason why a lot of people have scarcity. They have the scarcity belief. I'm not going to go to Europe. No, I'm not going to go to Europe now. You know what? We're going to be heading into the time where they really want to make all of their investment pay off, okay? And that's only a couple months away. So the reality is we'll see. What will the pushback be? How far will you push back, okay? Will you hold the line? Will you be a Braveheart? Will you find your roar? We'll find out. And so that's really what's going to happen. We don't know, but guess what? We got work to do here, don't we, Sean?
That's right.
Oh, we got lots of work to do. You know, right now, we've taught 85 people how to become Wolf non-surgical therapists and whole life coaches in 2 months. 85. You put that in your feather in your cap. I don't know where you want to put it, but that's a lot. Right now, there's 35 practitioners being trained Wolf non-surgical right now. And January is already filling up. So we kind of like it here. Okay, and I will go to Europe, and we will go and do some trainings there, but let's see if the world doesn't want to be enslaved. Okay, all right.
How many people we got from, we have like 5 people from England, we got 1 from Singapore.
Yeah.
People all over come over here.
Yeah, Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're sneaking out the back door. New Zealand.
Yeah.
Germany. France.
It is possible to get here.
Yeah, they're still coming in. Well, the van goes to the airport every day, trust me. We know that because the taxi cab drivers out there think we're stealing their business. Okay. Karine Savard, fish is often mercury contaminated, therefore should I take EPA, DHA from a supplement? Well, I'll tell you right now, you can do the, if you want, you can do the MCT C60 oil. You can do the MCT C60 oil, or you can do the C60 hemp oil. Go check those out. And we have what's called Ocean Essentials, and they're pharmaceutical grade, okay? And they have the best absorption of any oils that I know of, and there's no burping them up, okay? But they are pharmaceutical grade. They don't have any mercury or toxins in them. Go take a look at those. Hutchin, Black Friday, the ad is running on the video in the black stream going across the
She's
screen.
answering someone else asking about the sale.
Yeah, it's on.
Yeah.
Hi, Daryl. Rami, hi, Daryl. What do you recommend is good to have for food poisoning? Well, okay. All right, so here's what I would do if I had food poisoning. You're not going to like this too much, but let me just tell you. Okay. First of all, did you ever notice that one person can eat something and the other person can eat something and the other person doesn't get food poisoning? Well, the person that has lower hydrochloric acid might get the food poisoning, or the person that's been swallowing a lot of emotional things that they can't process will also cause food poisoning, right? Because frequency is a food. But let's get back to real food poisoning. So what I would do is I would actually drink 2 to 3 glasses of warm water. And then I would go and I would massage underneath my stomach like this. It's called therapeutic vomiting. And then I would take 3 fingers, because you'll start to salivate and you'll start to feel nauseous. I'd take 3 fingers, put them down my throat. As soon as I start to feel nauseous, I'm going to throw up. And I keep the 3 fingers down my throat until everything comes up. So that's 3 glasses, large glasses of warm water. And guess what? You just won. Because as soon as you start to get food poisoning, you want to get it when it's in the stomach, because when it gets in the small intestine, then it'll cause more havoc. So if you start to feel nauseous, therapeutic vomiting is the way. Now, a lot of people are going to go, what is he, crazy? If you do that, you'll burn your throat with all that hydrochloric acid. No, you won't. No, you won't. You drink 3 large glasses. If it's a child, they only need to drink 1 glass of warm water. And then you just massage and vibrate underneath their stomach area, which is just under the floating rib on the left-hand side, near the center. You'll see, because there'll be like a little push out from the stomach drinking the water, and you just vibrate that. I'm telling you, it's the most amazing thing. I'll tell you, if you got headaches, you got heart problems, you feel pressure everywhere, you feel acidic, you feel toxic, you feel like you swallowed something you didn't want to swallow, whether it was emotionally or physically, and you do that, and you wait to see how you feel. I feel like I'm coming down with a cold, flu, stomach ache. You go and do therapeutic vomiting, and you do it right, okay? We did a couple shows on that, where I would take the water and just make sure you fill up your stomach maybe 3/4 of the way or 60% of the way, and then just really shake it up, vibrate it up, and keep doing it as long as you can to let the hot water loosen up the mucus and the food particles and the bacteria that's making you ill, because it's bacteria. That's how you get an ulcer in your stomach, is the bad bacteria actually start eating away at your stomach because the hydrochloric acid is so low. And stress usually does it. So when you're really stressed out, you become acidic, but your hydrochloric acid production drops down. The more stressed you are, the more acid you create in your body, the more you lower your hydrochloric acid. That's why you never eat when you're stressed. You want to make yourself sick? Eat when you're stressed, because there won't be enough hydrochloric acid there, so the food is going to rot. So that's the problem. And what people don't get is that the hydrochloric acid in your stomach is the guard dog. So if it's low, then you're not guarded against parasites, bad bacteria, and mold, infection, things of that nature. And so there's no teeth down there. And you want a guard dog, and that is the hydrochloric acid, okay? LOL, what about shingles? My sister was in emergency for it. Well, your sister's stressed right out. So just know this, that she blew herself out with stress. That's how you get shingles. You worry too much. You're way too acidic. And remember something, we know that the damage, because shingles is like a skin situation, you feel like the burning and the pain. We'll just know there's a large intestine problem there, okay? So, she really needs to take a look at her diet. And anybody that gets shingles often, okay, they're blowing themselves out, okay, with anxiety, pushing the panic button continually. Don't tell me they're not, because they are. They are. They're destroying their nervous system. They're destroying their body. Okay? They don't need a terrorist. They are their own terrorist. Okay? Take a look at your sister and tell me that she doesn't worry about everything. Tell me that she doesn't have the philosophy that if I'm not on guard, I won't be ready when things go wrong. Okay? So you are what you put out. You are what you put out. So she's an emergency. And she's in emergency because she's always ready for an emergency. Okay? But then we've got to take a look at her, what she ingests liquid-wise, food-wise, and who she hangs around with, and how much blue light poisoning that she's getting from the computer. You got to look at everything. Is the EMF on all night long? Does she have a good relationship with her partner? How do her kids love her? How does she love her kids? Oh, come on. All right? Your personality is your reality, and guess what? Your personality is not your personality, because most people do not like their personality, but they believe that's what they're stuck with, but they're not, because your personality is based on only on belief systems, and those belief systems are not yours, because from 0 to 7, you don't have a brain. You don't have a filter. Everything from 0 to 7 you take in, whether it's sexual abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, it doesn't really matter. You take it in from your mother, your father, and your brother, and everybody else until you're 7 years old, and then your personality is kind of getting shaped. And when you go to bed at night and you have anxiety and you're scared or you feel you're not good enough, and you go to bed with that a few enough times, you implant that prominent and make it a prominent dominant thought, and it becomes your reality, and they call it your personality. Well, my personality is only based on my beliefs, and my beliefs are changing every day. And if I were to just change 1% every day, I'd be a new person in 100 days. And wouldn't that be great if we could just do that to create the perfect day so that we don't need anybody else? I don't need anybody. I just want to love everybody. Because I know if I can love everybody and I can stop judging people, then I won't make myself sick. And I need the power. Because I have big dreams. I have big aspirations. Not just for myself, but for everybody else. You know, like I told that lady in the bank, it's my world, and I want it back. But I need to become my own universe. What would you recommend for a fungi infection in your lips? We have just bought a Bioptron Light. Will that help? Absolutely, it will help. It will help. I would be spraying in your lips. Does that mean inside my lips, in here, or outside? I don't know. I'd be rubbing C60. I would be rubbing C60 on my lips, and it'll make them feel better. I would also be putting on my lips, what essential oil would I use? Maybe a little bit of lavender, because it's really gentle, with some C60, rub that on. And I would also spray infinite iodine on the area, whether it's inside the lips or outside the lips. We know that'll help. I would also, you could use silver bullet gel, and that'll stay on for a while. And you know what, I would take like maybe some of our lavender or even our frankincense. Right, there's frankincense. Our frankincense, just go do some shopping. Well, that's worth $195, and it's on sale for 20% off Friday. So go and try to see if you can buy a 4-ounce bottle of frankincense anywhere in the world this quality for $195, and then get 20% off. Good luck on that one. Okay. So anyways, I would use the silver bullet gel, and I might put a little bit of essential oil in, the one you like the best, or if you've got some that you like. And I would put that silver bullet gel on, and then I would also put the C60 on. That's what I'd be doing. And you can also, you could wet even if you were laying down, if the fungus was around the lips, you could wet with the infinite iodine, okay? You could wet tissue, wet it with infinite iodine, just soak it on here. It's gonna knock it off. But just remember, if there's fungus on the lips, that means there's fungus inside your rectum. Isn't that something, eh? Because everything is just, your skin is the mirror of the rest, your skin is the mirror of your large intestine. So when it's on your mouth, front door, your rectum is your back door, so that's why it's just inside your rectum you've got fungus. And you might want to take a look at doing the daily cleansing tea, which is over here. I would also take a look at doing coffee enema. Whoop. So the daily cleansing tea, that's that, okay? That'll be on sale as well. And you can do that every morning, every night for the rest of your life, and you're gonna have a flat tummy. You're gonna, it also cleanses out your liver, your lymph system, your bloodstream, your kidneys, and your colon. And there's no laxatives, no stimulants, no laxatives in it. And then I'd really take a look at everyone at looking at the ultimate coffee enema, and get an enema bucket with green coffee and start doing that. You know, nobody knows how to clean out their liver, eh? Well, that's how you do it. You do it with the ultimate coffee enema. Check that out on our website. Debbie, how would you structure water of the tap if they can't afford the structure unit? I don't know. But the structure unit's on for, you'll get a credit, and that's 20% off. So the structure unit is $320, No, I think it's less than that. I'm wrong. My gosh. I don't even want to quote a price. See, I don't even know the prices. I think it could actually be around 250 or 260. Don't hold me to it with the sale. So I would really look at this. You got a 90-day money-back guarantee, so if you don't like it, send it back. That's what I would do. I'd send it back. I recently received my Avicin. Well, Avicin's just amazing. Avicin was $39.95, and there is 100 on sale right now at $27.95. That's what they're on sale for right now. So when that 100 are gone, it's over. Okay, Avicin will increase the microcirculation in the body by 67%. No other device can do that. You put your hand into it, 1 out of 4 people will fall asleep within 5 minutes. It puts you into a parasympathetic state, which is a healing state, and that's the state we need to be. It teaches you how to calm down, but it doesn't just do that. You do know that you can tell how long and what people are going to die of by testing their microcirculation, not telomeres, and not genetics, because genetics it's not genetics, it's epigenetics anyways. There's no such thing as genetic diseases. You heard what I said. Boy, have we ever been ruled, schooled, and fooled. Isn't that something? Isn't it something? You know what? And most people don't want to look at it. I get it. I wouldn't want to look at it either. It gives you a headache, right? But the reality is don't look at it and you'll have more than a headache. Okay? $229. I just bought one. There you go. Structure unit is $229. You just bought one? Okay. Well, if it goes on sale and you just bought one, like this week, you just bought one this week, then I'll honor the sale if it's cheaper than that. Okay? All right? Because I don't want you to feel like we just scooped you. DMSO, yeah, DMSO. Our DMSO is one of the best things you can put. We've got DMSO cream and we've got DMSO gel. They're the best things that you can put on things like scar tissue, crystallization, stiff joints, painful muscles. Absolutely. Yeah, items can get to Mexico if you do small packages, but I'm supposed to meet with Congress in a week or two and then talk about the products I want here and get their approval. And then we will get taxed on them when they come in and they'll get shipped. That's why we tell everyone when they come down for a course, if you're coming down for a course or you're coming down for a training, get yourself a perfect day consultation or treatments, okay? Come down, you want to get a perfect day consultation before you come. And then you want to buy your products and bring them with you. And if you're coming down to any of my courses or you're coming down for a personal treatment and training, whether it's pain-free pregnancy training or a couple's emotional non-surgical training, go take a look at personaltreatmentandtrainings.com. You'll see there's 6 different ones. Or you go look at my courses at newworldpractitioner.com. If you get a perfect day consultation, once you leave here and you go back, we'll give you a credit so you get $150 in product from us. Because we really want you to do a perfect day consultation because we're giving you that bonus because it'll ramp you into the therapies working better and everything that we do here. Hi doc, what do you recommend for hemorrhoids? Well, I'll tell you what I recommend for hemorrhoids. I'm gonna have to run through these. There's a lot of questions here. I'll try to do them all today if you want to hang around. Hemorrhoids. You want to get our CBD bullets, okay? So what we do is we send you a syringe full of the CBD, the purest CBD, and I mean it. It's the purest you'll find. And it's 250 milligrams CBD. And you'll fill up these bullets, okay? You'll put the syringe into hot water, and then you'll fill up the CBD bullets, right? Okay? Oh, and believe it or not, ready for this? I have a meeting coming up in about an hour where I'm going to be meeting a gentleman that his CBD is going to be approved by the president of Mexico so that we can actually do our CBD bullets here and start selling CBD to our patients. Legally. Go figure. And that should be happening around maybe Christmas or just into the new year. Fingers crossed, okay, everybody? Okay, so what you do is, let me tell you something. Did you know that if you take CBD orally, you get 15%? If you do CBD rectally, you get 60% absorption. And there's been major studies done, like in France, where they did a 250 milligram of CBD rectally, and it was able to reverse brain cancer. So the other end, how's that? So what do you think it's going to do to your hemorrhoids? What do you think it's going to do to your endometriosis, or your ovarian cysts, or your bladder infection, or your prostate inflammation? Or what do you think it's going to, how is it going to help with your hip problem? Because you do understand that hip replacement is caused because you're pooping in your pelvis. You've been pooping in your pelvis for years, and that infection got into your pelvis, the inflammation spread into your hips. Because if you didn't have a car accident, you didn't have sports injury, how did it happen? Were you cursed by God? No, you pooped in your pelvis. So what you want to do is, if you've got hemorrhoids, understand you can't have hemorrhoids unless you're constipated. You're having a blowout. That's why they call it a pile, because you piled up your poop. Okay, so get on the daily cleansing tea, Tummy Love Black Gold. Okay, and I'm telling you that if you got on the daily cleansing tea, black diamond, sorry, black gold, not black diamond, black gold, daily cleansing tea. Okay, that's a big bag. And you got on the Tummy Love. If you did those, okay, and you did the CBD bullets. Not only did you just get rid of your hemorrhoids, you're going to get rid of 85% of all the other diseases you're going to have. I mean, the Royal Society of Medicine, and that would be the medical system of Great Britain, they did a major study, and they said that if you were to actually look after the Holy Grail, which is the large intestine, most important organ of the body, that 85% of all diseases would not exist. And I believe it's a lot higher than that. In New York, how can a friend of mine get rid of Lyme's disease? Thank you. Well, you can give me a call at 855-900-4544, extension 5. And I truly believe that most Lyme disease is a misdiagnosis. Okay? I'll talk to them for a few minutes, and we can talk, but I believe most of it's a misdiagnosis. And everything is about immune system and inflammation. You think about that. The more infection you have, the more inflammation you have. The more inflammation you have, the less immune system you have. The less immune system you have, the more that you mimic having Lyme's disease. Okay? All right? And I'll tell you something right now. Our Cell Sonic will knock that out. Okay? But just know, getting on the perfect day diet and knowing how to love, respect, and honor yourself would be really cool on an emotional and physical level. And that's what we would like to teach you in a perfect day. You can get a perfect day consultation. Go on my website and take a look at consultations. Pick the person you want. It's $150. You get my manual, 320-page manual that shows you everything about creating the perfect day for you and your family for free, the PDF. And then you get free calls for the rest of your life, free support for the rest of your life. We'll do an hour consult, and then you can keep checking in with us until you nail that. That's the way this thing goes, The only reason why there's sick people is because there's people that have sick beliefs, and they're called practitioners. Let me tell you something right now. Isn't it quite extraordinary, all the medical people? Oh my God. And then 10 times that is natural health people. And most people are sick. Okay, look at 92% of the population has 2 to 3 autoimmune diseases, right? 92%. So it's really hard to tell yourself what real health is. Real health left a long time ago. And that's the bottom line. Okay. Let's see what else we got going on here. Do you have any questions for me, or you've been looking at it?
I have, yeah.
Does the sale start at 11:59 Friday night? That's what the ticket tape says. Friday night. That's right, it does. Okay, what can I use for basal cancer on face and bald head? Well, first of all, okay, the reality is I'd be clapping, okay? Get yourself a clapper, but hold on. Basal cancer on a bald head. Okay, so what I would be doing if I had basal cancer on a bald head, first of all, the Cell Sonic, go look at it. It'll turn it around in one treatment. I know you don't believe me, but it's true. It'll turn it around. I didn't say it cures cancer. I says it'll go into those cancer cells and tell them they're not. Okay, so I'm not calling it a cure. Next thing is, get yourself C60, okay? MCT C60 coconut oil. Okay, go do that. All right? But what you're going to do first is you're going to get a skin brush. Oh, really, Daryl? You like crazy? And you're going to skin brush. Watch this. Here, this is one of my practitioners. Watch this. Watch this. Hi, who is this?
Hey,
Yeah, Keith, I can tell. This is Dr. Keith Tong. He's out of Burnaby, everyone. We've got about 200 people watching you on Facebook or listening to you right now, Keith. You can tell that Keith never watches my show anymore because if he knew that, he wouldn't have called. How you doing, Keith?
Oh my gosh.
I got you again. You know, how many times does this have to happen? All right, so do you want to talk to me or what do you want to do?
You wanted me to run my 2 case histories with you, right?
2 case histories? Yeah, we'll do it. Well, we can't do it right now, buddy, okay?
Okay, no worries.
Okay, you have a great day, okay?
You too, bye-bye.
Bye. All right, so yeah. So what I want you to understand is this. Always look for a reason to have some fun, okay? You know, I just wanted to take a little minute there, have a little fun with my buddy, okay? All right, I've got buddies all over the place, the doctors that we work together, and we talk about case histories. And these are 2 case histories about 2 cancer patients. So there you go, right? And we share information because that's what we do. That's what you do. Teamwork makes the dream work. Isn't that what they said? Okay, so let's go back to the skin cancer on the bald head.
Basal cancer.
Basal cancer, yes.
Basal.
Okay, so you're going to skin brush everywhere, all over the head, but you're not going to do the skin cancer. Okay, all right, you're going to love this part. So why? Well, because I want to get the circulation going in here. Okay, then what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to clap all of that bald head. I don't know why this is in a wrapper. Hold on a sec. Okay, then I'm going to take this, which is called a clapper that we put together a long time ago, because you can clap any kind of disease out of the body, because wherever you have a disease, it's a block. And that block is either displaced calcium, scar tissue, crystallization, and that's what causes the swelling, that's what causes the inflammation. So you want to get rid of the blocks. So after we skin brush the head, and we're going to go like this, watch. We're going to go all over. You're not going like this, you're staying grounded, and he's going to vibrate to really get the circulation up and loosen up the scalp, get the blood in there, okay? And where the cancer is, because the whole head's not going to have that basal cell cancer. So it might be a spot here, and he's going to do all around here. Then he's going to take his clapper. You got smooth on this side, clapper on this side. These are all on sale too, if you want. And then he's going to clap his head. I clap my head about once every second day for about an hour. I do my shoulders, my neck, my face, and my head. It really helps me to de-stress. See how hard I go? That doesn't bother me now. If I did that to somebody and I hit them like that, they'd probably call my lawyer or their lawyer or something like that. So then you're going to do the whole head. And then once you do the whole head, you've skin brushed, then you did the clapping. Then what's he going to do? Oh, you're going to love this. He's actually going to take the smooth side and he's going to lightly clap on top of the cancer area. He's going to stimulate it. Just a little, just light. After he does that, then what's he going to do? Well, then he's going to take the C60, MCT coconut oil. He's going to mix it with frankincense, okay? And he might even put a pinch of cayenne in later. He doesn't have to, just from the cayenne, curcumin cayenne that we have, open up a capsule and just put a little bit in, but not first. Just take this, the MCT C60 coconut oil, put frankincense on, just a couple of drops. It's not going to burn it. And then he's just going to put it on the head. And he might even put it on like a little cotton patch if it's that big and soak it. And then put it on the head and let it just soak there all night while he's sleeping. And we're going to go in and give it some trouble. Okay, now, he did that the first night. He's going to do that second night. So then he's going to do this. He's going to get just a little bit of DMSO gel. This is cream, okay? But I'd rather he use the gel, it's stronger. And he's just going to use like, here, let me just show you. The DMSO gel is made from pine trees, guys. He's just going to take like a pinhead of it. You see that? That's like so small. You see that? Just very tiny. And he's going to mix that with the C60 MCT coconut oil. And then he's going to mix it with the frankincense. And he's going to mix that together. And he might even put a little bit of silver bullet gel in. Let me see here. Where's that? Because silver bullet gel is 20 times stronger than silver bullet spray that you put in your eyes and ears and nose and stuff like that. And he might mix a little bit of that in there and then put that on the pad and then put that on the cancer area. Oh, we are going to just so give that basal cell so much of a hard time. It won't even know what happened to it. And just keep at it. Just keep at it. Call me if you want. And yeah, and we'll just nail that thing. Let me see. Anyway, to eliminate gray hair from growing in, what is the cause of gray hair? Well, it's mineral deficiency. And the next thing is that if you were to you're not going to believe this, but it's almost the same. Take C60 MCT coconut oil and C60 hemp oil, and then do 1 teaspoon each, do 2 teaspoons of the one and 2 teaspoons of the other, or just get MCT coconut oil and do 1 teaspoon 4 times a day. Clap your head every night for 15-20 minutes. Your hair, scalp, okay? And so you're going to take the MCT C60 coconut oil, 1 teaspoon under the tongue, hold it till it becomes water. You're going to do that, and you're going to do that. It grows hair back, it really does. And then you're going to buy yourself an Avicin. Avicin was on for $4,000. It's on for $2,700, $2,795 right now, until there's 100 sold. So you get that, and you do the clapping, and you do taking MCT internally, and then look at taking Sononian minerals. Our Sononian minerals is the most powerful one a day on the planet. There's 150 different nutritionals in this. But understand something. You do that, you're gonna have thicker hair. My hair is 25% thicker than it was 2 years ago. And when I started the clapping and when I started the C60 MCT oil and the hemp oil, okay? All right, and I also do the vibration on my head too. When I'm really stressed out and I just want to get rid of all that, I'll do that, okay? Well, no, okay, so basal cell cancer, anywhere used, CBD ratio. Well, you can use CBD right on it, absolutely. We have CBD oil, we have the CBD bullets. You just have to call my office, okay? You have to call the office number. If it's overseas, it's 250-215-8004. That's the number you call if you want to order from the worldwide order desk, and you do it on WhatsApp, Telegram, okay? Or you can do it on FaceTime. So that's 250-215-8004. Can you put that number up, please?
250.
Yeah, and I'd like you every show from now on to put up the 800 number and my extension number 5 if people want to call me, and I do mean that. And then I want for the worldwide order number online, they call 250-215-8004. I'm just looking to see if there's any others here. I skin brush every day before my bath or shower. Yeah, do that. And you know what? You know what I do every couple of days? I go to down to the beach, and I used to do what we call a salt glow, where you take Epsom salts, wet it down to the consistency of sand, wet sand, and then what you do is you mix in an essential oil you like. I love Muscle Restore and some lemon lift in there. But now I just go down to the beach every 2 or 3 days, and what I'll do is I'll go sit where the water's coming in, because in the sand you're going to get the sea salt, which has magnesium in it, and you're also going to get iodine. So the iodine and the sea salt are mixed in with the sand, and then I'll do a sand scrub. Do Tesla eyewear come in contacts? No, they don't. Tesla eyewear just come in glasses. Most people will wear them over top of their contacts or over top of their original glasses. If I could put them in every day, I could use them a lot for more hours a day. No, just wear it over top of your contacts. It'll work the same. I never heard of using CBD in the cervix. Well, first of all, let me tell you something. Okay, let me just put it this way. I don't know a pelvic problem that we can't turn around using Wolf non-surgical, okay? And using what we call the vaginal infusion, which you can find in my Perfect Day Guide if you go to my library. Go to my library, guys. It's the biggest library for self-help and self-love care in the world, and I truly believe that. And take a look in the Perfect Day Guide, open it up, look at vaginal infusion. And what we do is you don't just do CBD in the vagina, okay? If you've got a vaginal problem, you're not going to get well because nobody knows how to treat it. Look at women, you are so sucker punched. Seriously, nobody even knows how to treat it. Nobody knows how to treat pelvic rot, okay? And it's pelvic infection that turns into pelvic inflammation, that then turns into pelvic mutation, which then turns into pelvic rot, meaning that's why women are dropping babies. That's why 49% of all women are dripping urine, okay? You do understand that, right? Okay, so you take silver bullet gel, and you can take anywhere from 1 tablespoon to 3 tablespoons. Then you also take frankincense, right? So you can take frankincense, and you can just start off with 2 drops. But I know women that are doing up to 10 and 20 drops, okay? Because you want to feel a bit of a tingling in there. And then what else do you do? Let me see where my stuff is, make sure it's here. You take infinite iodine, and you spray 5 sprays into that concoction. Then you take bright ice. This is the only fulvic drops in the world that you can put in your eyes. And it's also clear. It's the only nanofulvic in the world, and we make it. You just take a few drops of that. So you've got your silver bullet gel, you got your infinite iodine, you got your frankincense, and you got your fulvic, okay, bright ice. And then you get a syringe or an ear syringe or just a syringe. And what you do is you inject that, okay? You inject that into the vagina, okay? And you try to go as deep as you can. And then you put your bum up about, 1.5 foot high so that it goes deep into the vaginal canal. Now, I have women that are doing that 3 times a day and doing a CBD bullet in the morning and at night, okay? And we're talking about women that have ovarian cysts, ovarian cancer, uterine cancer, continual bladder infections, endometriosis, infertility, and I'm not going to tell you what we can do. But if they were to come and get Wolf non-surgical, and I don't care, I do care, but I don't care how bad the problem is, if it's really if they really want to nail it, then we'll use the Cellsonic on it as well. Go take a look at Cellsonic under our services. Under our services, you'll see all the different things that we do. So the reality is that, when you use the vagina to heal, you can heal your whole body. So you better get into it. And then if you want to heal yourself, then you would also get into the ultimate coffee enema. So, you know what? Don't tell me that you can't get well when you don't do anything for yourself. Unless you want to become your own practitioner, then just buckle up, baby, because it's not going to get any better. Because guess what? Medical doctors are not health doctors. And natural health doctors usually are too damn superficial, and they won't talk about things that, who would talk about. Everybody's scared to talk about things that really work, right? Let's all just stay in the safety zone. Well, the safety zone is not safe. So this is called organic coffee, enema coffee. This is a bucket, and then what you do is you do the coffee enema. Well, let me tell you something right now. I haven't heard anybody say this, even men, after they've done 2 or 3 coffee enemas, they just found the holy grail of cleaning their liver, getting more energy, okay? And if you can clean your liver, you just purified your blood. If you purify your blood, what kind of chance do you have of turning yourself around and getting more energy? Seriously. And then if you start putting things in the vagina and even into the rectum, look, I've got right now, whether you want to believe this or not, I have right now about, I know how many I have. I've got 16 prostate patients, from swollen prostate to prostate cancer, that, part of their therapy is they buy a rectal vibrator. Really? Yeah, I'm serious. You got to understand something. Wherever you have a physical block, you don't have circulation. Okay, you might have inflammation, but you don't have circulation. You got a block in there, whether it's in your vagina, whether it's your uterus, whether it's your ovaries, whether it's in your liver, whether it's your prostate, whether it's in your bowel. We got to increase the circulation. Doctors say, oh, don't increase the circulation, you're going to increase the cancer. What are you, like crazy? The area's got decreased circulation. The cancer wants to increase its own circulation, get its own blood supply, and suck off of you. So we're going to use the rectal vibrator, and we're going to bring the rectal vibrator in for the men. They're going to vibrate for probably 1 to 3 minutes. What do you think that's going to do in bringing blood into the area, okay? And then what we'll do is we'll actually use the CBD suppositories. And we'll also do the Wolf non-surgical. We'll also do the Cellsonic if they're here. So being a woman, you just have so much more ability to heal because you've got the vaginal canal and you've got the rectum. Okay, rectum almost killed them. And that's the way it's going to be because people are so stubborn because they can't let go of the old ways, the dysfunctional beliefs, and they can't open up themselves to do anything different, so they're not going to heal. You're not going to be different unless you do different. You're definitely not going to heal if you're the majority because the majority is off to where. Mary would love to know if curcumin cayenne would be okay for my mom. She's elderly, but she's having lower intestine swelling, nodule found. Well, first of all, love, get her on the daily cleansing tea, tummy love and black gold, and also get her on the curcumin cayenne and start her by taking 1 capsule at a meal, every meal. And then try to do 1 capsule just before bed. And then if she ever complains of a little bit of burning, take 1 teaspoon, rounded teaspoon of baking soda and 10 ounces of warm to hot water, have her drink it. It'll buffer the acid that's in her, okay? Just do it. And if she has a nodule in her, nodules are just storage sheds for toxins. Would you rather your mother had a nodule or cancer? Right? Would you rather you had a polyp or cancer? Okay, would you rather you had a fistula or cancer, hemorrhoid or cancer? Would you rather you had cyst or cancer? These are just storage sheds for toxins because your body's trying to save your butt. Okay?
I got a question.
No, you don't.
I do.
Okay.
That's a real question.
Yeah. Why did you make up the last one? I knew you made that last one.
Someone asked if the Teslas were on
Okay,
sale.
I know that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so some people will get like clogged ears. They have thicker earwax. I'm one of those people, and I just clear it out. But often the ear canal feels a little bit raw, and it could be like a minor infection. What would I use to soothe?
Silver bullet gel. Silver bullet gel. You put a little bit of silver bullet gel in there, you can do it. C60, even just a little bit of C60 MCT oil is going to do it as well. And guess what? Guess what else you could do and bring it down right away? What kills infection right away? Iodine.
Iodine.
We have the purest iodine. We have the only pure iodine and the smallest molecular structure of iodine in the world, and that's the infinite iodine. And you just spray that right into the ear. Now, if you have a little child and that child has an earache, what you're going to do is you could use the silver bullet liquid. That's this here, and it comes in a 1 liter too. And what you do is you warm it up, and then you fill up the ear with almost full, and then you put a hot pack on the ear, and you let the child just sit there with that in the ear and let it soak and let the infection really get in there. And then when that's done, empty it out, okay? And then you want to just do maybe 1 to 2 sprays of the infinite iodine in there, and I guarantee you the child's going to go, oh my gosh, my ear's better. And with children, it's usually a dairy problem. Okay, and if you got mucus in your ears, you got mucus everywhere. You're just a booger person. It's because the reality is because you have inflammation. You can't have mucus congestion unless you have inflammation. But you had to have infection first, and you were infecting yourself with your diet and your mind. Yeah, Bernadette. All my life I have cramps below the knees.
Cramps.
I know that.
Okay.
But that's what she said. I just wanted to, yeah. Okay. Knees, wake up to them, golf ball size, have technique and spiritual sense reflects to loss of loved ones. I use whatever this. Okay, first of all, we do know that it's behind the knees. We've got a bowel problem. So I'd be on the daily cleansing tea. If you have a tight budget, then just get on the daily cleansing tea. Next thing that I would be doing is I'd be rubbing maybe just a little bit of, not the gel, but DMSO cream, okay? With also Pain Away essential oil, okay? And then guess what I'd do? I would buy a clapper, and I would go on the smooth side, and I'd just start off like this, and I'd clap around it, and then I'd clap on it. Guess what? Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Move the block. What are you scared to touch the block for? You're not going to hurt your lymph nodes. I mean it. Just start off gentle, okay? Have you heard of pine needle tea? Yes, it's not true. And that was actually the elites that put that out. And the elites put out pine needle tea to make Dr. Judy Mikovits look bad. And it came out on a fraudulent website that wasn't hers, that said that she brought it out. Pine needle tea is not what you think it is. Wrong. Okay, and I'll tell you what's getting the best. What's getting more news press than anything else? C60. Where is it here? Right here. Here's my two C60 products, right? There's the hemp oil, and there's the MCT C60 oil. Now listen to this. C60 is 250 times stronger than vitamin C. I'm going to say it again. 250 times, not 250%. And it neutralizes free radicals faster than anything else known. And I'm going to be checking with a friend of mine. He's checking with the government to see if they pass a law where you're not allowed to use C60 because it was bringing down the side effects of the vaccine. Isn't that something? Go figure on that one, eh?
Hey, good news.
What?
My tooth healed, and I did not use any antibiotics at all. And I used Silver Bullet.
Who?
Me.
Oh, you.
Remember, I got my wisdom tooth pulled.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it healed up, no infection. C60, iodine, Silver Bullet spray, all day, every day.
It'll work. It works. Dr. Wolf, Oliveira. Dr. Wolf, how can I help my son? He has a cyst on his wrist from
Yeah, that I don't know what she means.
stimming. He is autistic, and he has gone to the doctor, and they said nothing. Well, I'd be rubbing the DMSO cream on with the frankincense essential oil that we have, but what I'd be doing is I would be teaching him. I mean, I know he's autistic, but you know, I'd teach him, here honey, just do this, and just start off like this. And then he could go harder, and then harder. And you know, get some stimulation, circulation in there. That's what I'd be doing. But if I was you, you can actually take a shot glass, and let's say this was a shot glass. I've got these long shot glasses that are about 2 ounces, and you hold them in your hand, and you take the edge of the shot glass and you work around the cyst, and you break the scar tissue up around the cyst so you weaken it. And then you can start to clap it and then put DMSO and frankincense on it. You're gonna kick its butt. You know, I don't know why people just sit there and allow things to grow, whether it's on their body or their face. You know why? Because they've been programmed into ignorance. Okay, will your CBD suppositories be on sale too? Everything's on sale. All suppositories, the CBD, but you have to call that in, okay? And yeah, what can I take to protect myself from the shudders from the V? I just told you, C60 and infinite iodine and black diamond. These have all been, these are the best. Let me tell you something. Black diamond is the highest grade of humic fulvic in the world. Okay, you can go on this when you're doing a fast. When you put this into water or juice, you don't stir it. That's how much energy's in it. You do not stir it. It stirs itself. I know that sounds crazy. You'll see it sparkle, okay? This here will actually pick up 60 times its weight in toxic waste and acidity. It will drop off 60 to 70 micronutrients to your cells. And when it locks down anything that's toxic to the body, it locks it down, and you don't have to experience it while it's taking it out of your body. And it never puts it back into nature again. It locks it down. Okay? So it would be the black diamond, the C60, the infinite iodine. Those would be the main things. And just make sure you're drinking lots of structured water. Make sure you got a perfect day diet. Go get a perfect day consult. $150. Wow, what's that? And then lifetime support, and then you get my manual. It's 320 pages. You know, you can say, well, what is this, sales pitch? Yeah, well, where are you gonna get a $150 consult from? And lifetime support, and a manual like that. And we'll send you the audio from the actual consult. Debbie, I have an acupuncturist friend who has been taking it. She has had shedding from patients. understand something. Do you know how many vaccinated people are running around right now? And I don't have, and you know what? I'm not going to feel any symptoms because I do what I talk about. I'm bigger than this. You're bigger than this. And listen to me. You can make yourself sick with a thought or you can heal with a thought. Be bigger than the thought that they're trying to make you rot with, okay? Please. Skin tags. I'm using your products. Do they need to be cut too? Well, if I had a skin tag, I'd take one of my hairs, or if your hair's not that long, take a hair about this long, and then tie it at the base of the skin tag really tight and make a knot, and then just clip it off. And then I'd put DMSO gel on the skin tag, okay, and keep putting a little bit on there, and just cut its circulation off, and then bye-bye skin tag. Okay, skin tags are grown because of liver and kidney infection, so you might want to look at that. Dawn, massage scalp nightly with a mix of coconut oil, olive oil from, okay, I don't know what that means. Just drop 10 pounds using your black gold and black diamond. Yes, you will. You will not have any excess weight if you do our protocols. Also, perfect day plant-based diet. Thank you for these fabulous balancing products, Dr. Wolf. Oh, no more hot flashes either. There is no such thing as menopause or hot flashes when you take the pot, otherwise your butt, off the burner, and you're not infecting your body so that you inflame it. Okay, because guess what? Hot flashes and fevers are to burn the infection off. That's why we get a fever, to burn infection. So you get these little hot flashes because you keep on trying to burn the infection, and that's because they say you're entering menopause. There's no such thing as menopausal symptoms in a healthy woman. Stacy, is a daily or is a daily or every other day coffee enema extreme? No. Here, let's put it this way. Don't tell me you've been doing a coffee enema every day for a year. I don't want to hear that. If you've got a really toxic situation, get your rest, and you could do a coffee enema twice a day for about 10 to 20 days, and give me a call. Let's talk about it. Let's not go over the edge. I'm going to tell you something, especially when it comes to women. They've been taught that they're so dirty. You're such a dirty girl. You're such a dirty girl. When you can't detoxify yourself physically enough to get rid of emotional toxicity, that's not even true anyways. Listen to me. I was a bad, bad boy, and I'm not a dirty boy, and I'm not a sinner boy. And understand something. We've all done our best. You get yourself off the hook and understand something. That yes, we do detoxify, but don't detoxify to the point that you're obsessed with it, okay? You're not that dirty, okay? All right. Layla, I have the iodine and the iodide. I use 5 sprays morning and night for me and my kids. Is that the max dose I can give or take? No, you can do more, but that's enough for your kids. But for yourself, you could do more. And if you feel you're coming down with an infection, you do more of the iodine. If you find that your thyroid's really slow, you might do more of the iodide, because the iodide goes directly to the thyroid, parathyroid, where the iodine, when you spray it in the back of your throat, it goes in and it eliminates infection, even virus, in 15 seconds. And then whatever's left over goes to your parathyroid, thyroid, and hormonal balancing. Donna, females can use all their orifices to heal from cancers using products. Yep. Jody, Dr. Wolf, around here the best-selling essential oils are Young Living. I would suspect yours are a lot better. Is Young Living worth buying? Okay, first of all, you're buying from a multi-level company. Did you hear what the price I just said? $195 for frankincense. I want you to know that I carry the best oils. I've been doing it since 28. Now I want you to know that Gary Young and I were friends, okay? And I even called my oil 4 Thieves, and he wasn't upset with me, but then when he passed on, they told me I had to stop it, so we call it immunity now, okay? All right? So understand, I've been around for a long time, and my oils are amazing. And you know what? Just look at the price. You figure it out for yourself. You're dealing with a corporation that has to pay a lot of people when you go to buy their oils. You figure out how they can do it. Jenny, question, do you have a publication with all your products in it and descriptions, what they do and how to use them? Yes, you just got to go into my library and take a look at the Perfect Day Guide. It's all in there. The products are in there. Okay, and if you go to store.docofdetox.com, we've got videos attached to most of our products where the inventors actually came on and I did interviews with them. Cindy, thank you. Kimberly, if I lost everyone, okay, no. What time is it there, Sean?
10 to 2, 12 to 2. There we go.
12 to 2, Scooby-Doo. Anna, what are the common little red bumps on the torso? Yeah, they're called red flags, and that is because you're pooping in your pelvis. Okay? You're pooping in your pelvis. You really are, though. And it's the main cause of all disease in humans today. We disrespect our large intestine and we get root rot, and then we get rotten to the core. If you go and take a look, why don't you take a look at the top of the page, okay, of my Facebook. I've got it pinned right to the top. What did I call it? The number one reason you're rotten to the core. And I did it. It's an hour. Let me see. I'll repost it on Facebook as soon as the show's over. So I'll repost it. You got to go watch it and you'll understand. Nancy, I have... Okay, I can't make it out. How can I know if I've picked the right consultant for me before my consultant? Should I choose my own gender possibly? Why don't you just go with your instinct, Connie? Look at, you are more than you believe you are. Go with your instinct. Just read through things, do the lion heart breathing, and you'll just pick the right one, okay? I think we're done for today. What do you think, Sean? I think we did a good job.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. How do I stop bladder leakage? I pee when I run, so I can't run. Katie, I already told you. You're pooping in your pelvis, girl. And guess what? That infection... Do you know where your bladder is? Your bladder sits in front of the last 4 inches of your large intestine. So when you are constipated, well, people go, well, I'm not constipated. I go to the bathroom. Well, it's not what comes out. It's what stays in. Impaction is where you don't go. Constipation means there's stuff that stays in. And it lags in the last 4 inches and you're reabsorbing it. Your bladder sits right in front. So it's getting whacked with it physically, but you're also absorbing the waste into your body. Then it's got to go through your urinary tract and your bladder sits like a sack. And then those poop particles, because, you know, you got endotoxins. And you know, people say that, well, I've got endotoxins in my bladder. How'd they get there? Well, you pooped in your pelvis. So anyways, those toxins sit in there and they irritate the bladder and then they irritate the valve. So then you drip, 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 girl. So that's it. So start looking after your large intestine and you'll be looking after your bladder. You don't believe me? You find out. Go and do daily cleansing tea, Tummy Love Black Gold, and do that for about 3 to 6 weeks and tell me it's not slowing down. Okay, well, okay, let me just see if I'll do a couple more. You keep moving it, or is that Facebook moving it?
Yeah, because someone else typed something.
Okay, quit typing, everybody. Boy, okay. Joni, since my thyroid was removed to a papillary cancer, how can I get my metabolism back? I am 40 pounds. Okay, can you bring it down a little bit? I am 40 pounds above what I have always, that's good, been. I am 5'10", and normally 140. Now I'm 180. Okay, you got to do it. Okay, listen, just please do a perfect day consult, and then get yourself on a whole plant-based diet, and then let's get the cork out of your butt, and let's start doing coffee enemas, and let's start drinking structured water, and we're going to turn this around. I swear we will. Okay, just, you know, invest in yourself. Just a little bit of money, 150 bucks. Ivona, my daughter has gen deletion. 22q11 D. George syndrome. The worst happened, she got autism after her 2-heart operation. Never started to talk. Now she is 11 and needed to ask how to treat with her supplement regarding her speech. We did and trying to heal with health. Okay, what I'd like you to do is call me 855-900-4544 extension 5. If you're overseas, you can call me at 250-801-5893 on WhatsApp. And I'd like to do a video call and like to take a look, but understand something. Most parents don't even understand that they haven't even started to turn their children around yet because you're not given the right information, okay? I think that's enough. I think we did good. So don't forget, everyone, I have Dr. Andrew Wakefield, Infertility, a Diabolical Agenda tomorrow at 12 noon. Okay, so tell everybody about it. And then just know, after that show's over, it's going to be taken down off of Facebook, but it'll be on, it won't be on YouTube either. It'll be on Rumble, it'll be on Telegram, it'll be on BitChute, and it comes down, it's got to come down right after because this is explosive information you're going to hear.
Too hot for TV.
Too hot to touch, too hot to handle. Can you scroll up a little bit? And like I said, our we're done now. Our Black Friday sale starts November the 19th, 11:59, and it's up to 20% off. Go to store.docofdetox.com, and just so you know, the January course, it's filling up really fast. I can't believe, nobody would have guessed, okay, that we've already trained 85 practitioners in 8 weeks. Not bad, eh, Sean?
That's
and
incredible.
we have 225 people down here, living here, hanging out here with us. There it is, okay? So anyways, go to www.newworldpractitioner.com if you want to check the information out. And what else is going on? There's nothing else this week, right?
Well, they got the February course too. Oh, this week.
Oh, February 14th is the next course, and you can just take the Whole Life Coach certification if you want, and then we take a day off, and then we go into the Wolf Non-Surgical certification, and then after that I do 5 bonus days if you want to hang around with me, and that's how that goes. And we'll also build your website. We'll take your pictures. We'll show you how to do everything. We'll show you how to market yourself and understand something. We're not just going to push you out there, okay? All right? I want to thank everybody for coming on, and just know this, okay? You are worth so much more. So reach down inside and find your brave heart roar, okay? Because today and every day, you need to honor, respect, protect, and love yourself first and foremost before anyone else or anything else. So help me God. You were created for this. You were created for greatness. God bless.
You know, it's not good enough to have the most powerful courses, treatments, and training. We want to deliver to you the adventure of a lifetime that's going to last a lifetime. And I'm going to take you on a little adventure right now and show you what we are going to deliver. What are we going to deliver? We are going to deliver the authentic you, the real you, the genius inside. How would you like to become not just the master of your mind, but the master of your body, the master of your life. You know what? The most important world is your world, and we're about to show you how to create it. Never limit yourself to beautiful, because that's what you are. Take a look at this beautiful place. We all deserve beauty in our life. You need to create a new program that is unlimited when it comes to things that are beautiful, things that make you happy, things that make you shine, things that make you feel excited. Let's get excited. What I've learned in my life is this: to be the change you wish to be the change you wish to see, Braveheart, you have to understand you take life one step at a time. Never lose your focus. Never lose your dream, because you are the dream maker. It's called image, but guess what? It's your imagination. The image that you hold creates the thought that you live with. That thought creates an emotion that creates a frequency, and we know that the invisible creates the physical. I mean, that's quite obvious. So be the power that you seek, and understand something, that all your thoughts matter. And guess what? Unless you're willing to take a look at those thoughts and retrain your brain, change your personality, you'll never change your reality, and your reality could be infinite. You were created by your creator to create. So let's create something amazing together. So tell me what you think of the destination that I came up with my imagination to hold the whole life coach certification for you. Understand something. It's all about beauty. It's all about adventure. It's all about stimulating the mind, okay? And understanding that your mind is unlimited. And that is what the whole life coach certification is all about. In the whole life coach certification, we are going to go deeper. We have people coming to us, professionals coming to us, from doctors to nurses to accountants to oil riggers to mothers that want to expand their life. And when they come here, they go, I need to learn to help my family, or I want to improve my business. But guess what? We get into their business. When they leave, they become the change that they wish to see, that they wish to be. They become the gift to the world, because when you can stay in the present, and you can't do that until you have unconditional love and care for yourself. And I'll tell you something right now. I have hardly even found 1 out of 1,000 practitioners, or even so-called whole life coaches, that can hold the present moment and own it and then give it as a gift. And this is what I'm going to give to you. And when you come here, this is where you're going to come into this room when you need to find alignment, you need to find balance, and you need to get back into your lion heart breath, because we're going to go deep into your heart, and we're going to become the spark that you seek. Come play, come stay, come train with us today. Understand something. I know we have fear, but understand, that's just false evidence appearing real. I get it. Stick your toe in, feel the water, but then I want you to dive right in, because you're the answer that you've been looking for. Let me teach you how to fly. What does that mean? First, love yourself, Braveheart. Let's take life in and win. I had a dream 3 years ago that I would live in Mexico, and I would have this training center, this teaching center, this treatment center that would touch the world. Your dreams are never too big. And when they start to create a little bit of anxiety, turn them into excitement. And get excited, because this is your life. And this, my friend, when you take on the dream of all dreams, and you realize that if you stay connected to your breath, that you can have it all. Do not let anybody take your breath away. Do not let anybody steal your dream, okay? Listen, God gave you imagination. This is your sandbox. of life. Take your life back. Right now, we are teaching courses to people that have come from all over the world, and the government is saying you can't travel, you can't breathe, you can't have this, you can't come together. Yes, we will. And we will do it with unconditional love for each other. And we will learn to grow. We will not judge each other. We'll observe and see where we can support each other. But at the same time, we will hold the Braveheart line, because this is the only way that we can grow. So find your roar, because you're so much more. And learn this. You are the unconditional love that you've been looking for. You are the dream maker. I can't wait to see you. We want to become that small piece of the puzzle that brings your dream together. Thank you. So what is a New World Practitioner? Well, a New World Practitioner is somebody that understands that training comes before treatment.
Have I noticed any changes in myself since taking this course? Oh, yes. Yes, I have. I definitely have.
There's so much more ahead of you, and there's so much more that you can find within yourself, and there's so much that you can let go of to free yourself. And I'm excited to be able to help others find their power.
It's not a treatment. It's like a restoration. You can renew your body. And I didn't understand what was preventing me from healing.
I guess this is where I kind of get emotional, because Daryl truly cares, not only for himself, but humanity in general. And he wants to educate people to live their best lives and learn to love themselves first before anybody else.
The Whole Life Coach certification. We go deeper in that 8 days than anybody else goes when it comes to learning how the invisible creates the physical, the psychological creates the biological. And we teach you about energy medicine and about vibration and frequency, because that's all it is.
He really cares for everybody. He wants to educate as many people as he can, their own healers / practitioners. He wants to get the knowledge out.
Dr. Wolf and the whole crew, Sage and his bodywork techniques, learning it, everybody here has just been so incredible. They're so supportive. It's been a really cool experience.
I've seen nothing but incredible results day after day, hour by hour, while they work on people who get finally the effect and result that they've looked for everywhere else and never got. So they're amazing, amazing.
On a daily thing, I'm becoming more flexible and more pain-free. It's a process of treatments because of the damage I've done to my body. But yeah, I expect to be doing backflips. You know, I'm 64 years old, I'll be doing backflips.
When it comes to the Wolf non-surgical certification, nobody can pull fibroids apart or reverse joint, muscle, tendon, ligament problems or scar tissue from surgery quicker than we can. And we offer a money-back guarantee to all our patients. Now, why would we do that? Because we pull off the I am possible and we reverse the irreversible.
They're so professional, yet so fun. They know how to push you to your limit. They encourage you, so it's all positive training, and really every one of them has a piece that they offer to the business, and they don't miss things. They let you go to the next level.
To use my love and light to be in service of others And that's part of healing, right? Where as my elbow is connecting to that skin, you know, I'm delivering my frequency to the person that is seeking that work, you know, because I will always have that love and light inside me.
And a New World practitioner understands that you can't give what you're not. So until you understand that unconditional love and care for oneself is what you need to become so that you can give that to your patients, don't expect a different outcome than every other practitioner out there. And that's what we teach here, because you need to become what you want to see in all of your patients. Let me ask you a question. What do you think it would take to turn your life around? I can tell you right now, I learned that a long time ago, what the key was. And anybody that has been able to perfect the perfect day on an emotional, physical, and spirit level knows this. The answer is massive, personal action. That's what it's going to take for you to turn your life around. And to turn your life around, you're going to have to go within if you want to change without. And that's the bottom line. And you know, people think that they can do it like with a consultation, or maybe they can do it with a telephone call or a Band-Aid or a 911 emergency, a treatment. But understand, that's not the way it is. The day that you realize that when you master your mind is the only time you're going to master your body. Forget your life. That's always going to be just random luck until you know that you must become the master of your day. From the moment you rise until you gently close your eyes, you must be the only authority for you. And if you think that getting an hour consultation is going to do it, it's not. If you think that going for therapy is going to do it, it's not. You have to submerge yourself into what we would call the personal treatment and training. And you need to do that from anywhere from 6 days to 10 days, or you need to come for my whole life coach certification, because if you don't go in deep, you'll never make changes. They say it takes 10,000 times for you to repeat something before it becomes a prominent, dominant thought. And if you understood that 70 to 90% of all your thoughts are not yours, and they say that 70% of your thoughts are toxic, tell me they're not. Take a look at the majority of the population. 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease, which means the body is attacking itself. Before that, though, the person was attacking themselves on a subconscious, unconscious level. And that, my friend, is the bottom line, and why you must take a personal treatment and training and go deep and understand how to run your life. What that means is learning how to think, how to drink, how to eat, and knowing when somebody is mistreating you, when someone is disrespecting you, because until you honor and respect yourself, no one else is going to do it. So understand, this is your life. If you want to live your passion and purpose, then you must become the master of your mind to become the master of your body so that you can become the light for your family. So please, consider this. You've got the time and you've got the money, because you're going to change the rest of your life for the rest of your life, and that's my guarantee to you.